Hey guys, it's Nat. So first of all, please ignore all the stuff back there. I'm planning on filming what I got for Christmas / birthday video, but that hasn't happened yet. And I figured if I put everything away, I would probably forget what I got. So instead, it's going to be back there today. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about these new little Wet n Wild palettes that I have right here. So these are a pretty new product. I saw them at the store and I was like, I haven't really heard anything on those. So I haven't tried all of them, but there are 2 of them that I've tried, as far as wearing them. I've swatched all of them, and I want to give you guys just kind of my first impressions, initial thoughts on the product. And so you can decide if you may be interested in picking them up. So first of all, these are the palettes that I do have right here. I like to go more on the color spectrum of things because that's kind of the girl that I am. First one that I picked up was I'm His Breezy. As you can see, they come in like this rectangle-ish packaging. It's very similar to the Trios. I think I have a Trio right here. Alright, here we go. So here's the little Walking on Eggshells one right here. If you compare them, they're slightly bigger. They're the same as far as, I think, yeah, the side right here. They're the same width and everything. But from the front, they look a little bit different, a little bit bigger. And this one actually has 2 more colors in it. So when you look at it, it kind of looks like it's a little Tetris-y type game. They're all like fit in there like a puzzle. And what brought this one to my attention, the I'm His Breezy, is this color right here in the center. It has this really pretty kind of dark matte navy. And when you just kind of look at it, it doesn't look like the most interesting thing ever. This is a color that I feel you can kind of get a lot of use out of because you can use it instead of like a black or a dark brown or a dark plum. And it's something that has a little bit of color to it, yes, but it still is kind of, muted and very, very subtle. So I was really, really excited about that. You never see like dark navies like this in the drugstore, so that was another thing. I was like, ooh, I'm going to get it. The other colors, I thought they were kind of pretty, but to be honest, I just picked it up for that center color right there. These, they range about, I want to say in between $4 or $5-ish, depending on where you get them. Now we're going to do swatches real quick. So I'm just going to do them on my hand. So these come with a brow bone, a base, an eyelid, oh, we're doing swatches on top of swatches, correct. A definer, and a crease. Let's fix that one. So this one right here is pretty pigmented. As far as like the workability and stuff, because I told you this is one that I actually used, my favorite shadows in here as far as the consistency and the way that they apply are the navy. I feel the navy is, one of my favorites in here still. And this color right here, which is just kind of a very light blue. Almost a white, but it does have some blue in it, so that's it right there. So these are what the swatches of them look like. And they actually all swatch pretty nicely. This one right here, it's a really, really pretty color, but it feels like one of those colors that when you start to blend it out, it may kind of take away some of the color with it, as well as it does have little silver specks in it. So sometimes those, happen to flake off. They don't actually transfer when you apply them in the eyelid. And then this blue, it's just not as strong as I would like it to be. And then this one right here, it's not as pigmented as I would like it to be, but that's the first one right there. All right, then as far as comparing it to the Blue Had Me at Hello palette, I just want to show you guys real quick, just in case you were interested. This is the Blue Had Me at Hello palette. This is the I'm His Breezy. You can see they're completely different colors, completely different textures in here, completely different colors. So if you're kind of thinking like, oh, I already have the Blue Had Me at, oh, I can't say it. If I already have the Blue Had Me at Hello, do I really need to get this one? I feel they are completely different, but like I said, the colors that I really like it for are this one and this one. So those are my 2 favorites in there. All right, so let's go with the next one that I actually tried. So this is the one I'm wearing today. This is the Tunnel Vision one. So this one's supposed to be kind of, just like dark, sultry grays, blacks, whites, and stuff like that. This is what it looks like. These colors right here, they kind of look like colors that you see again and again and again in Wet n Wild palette. So initially I saw it and I just kind of passed right over it. Then when I got to looking more closely at it, I was like, wait, I don't think I've seen this type of color right here. This is actually like a shimmery middle tone gray. This color is like a lighter silver. You've seen this time and time again. They've done it in like the Wet n Wild Spoiled Brat. They've also done it in, do they have the Blue Had Me Hello? Yeah, I think so. This silver right here. They've done it a few different times. So I saw it as like, They always have like a sparkly black, sparkly gray, and tons of their different palettes. This is a white, but if you look really closely, it's actually a matte white, which they have had in a few different palettes, but I was like, I don't have a matte white, so that would be neat for me to have. And then it has a matte black, but like I said, this color is the one that is unique. Out of, you know, the ones that I've swatched and the ones that I've tried, this I would say is probably definitely my favorite. All right, so here's the swatches of them. This is barely touching them. They're super, super soft, super pigmented, and then they actually do blend really, really nicely. This black is one of the more pigmented blacks that I've tried in a long time. I don't feel like it's the darkest black ever, but it does apply super, super nicely. So I really, really like it for that. And this color right here, I told you it's like a middle kind of gray. I feel it's one of those grays that you could wear on an everyday basis if you wanted to, instead of like a taupe or something. So I really, really like this palette so far. This sparkly grayish black color right here, it's a lot more pigmented than all of the other sparkly grayish blacks that they do have out in all their other palettes. So I really like it. Definitely, definitely recommend this one right here. These next two palettes I've actually not tried yet, but we're just kind of going by how they swatch and how they feel and consistency and stuff like that. So the next one right here is the Floral Values. So this is just kind of has, you know, purples and pinks. All right, so those are the colors right there swatched. And here's it next to the palette. Okay, so let's look real quick and see how the heck these did. This one seems to be okay. I feel like the one that swatched the best, honestly, was the base color right here at the top. These two right here in the end, they appear to be a little bit on the powdery side, as well as this darker color right here. But just going by the colors, you know, this is a very light kind of purple. It has a little bit of sparkle in it. This is a matte, very, very light rose pink color. They're kind of like satiny shadows, I want to say, where they're matte, but they have a little bit of sparkle in them. So just, I don't know, like a basic purple, and this is like a rosy pink, but you know, a lot more rosy than this one. And then this is a very pretty unique color. I'm really curious to see how this transfers if you apply it to like a very sticky base. It has lots of little sparkles in it. It has, you know, some purple and then also some pink in there. It has a lot of dimension to the sparkle. So I'm really excited if that actually does, you know, kind of transfer as you apply it. But just initially from swatching it, I would say, not looking so great. But the other ones that I swatched, you know, they seem a little bit better in the quality of them. All right, then to compare Wet n Wild Petal Pusher with this one, we're just gonna put them side by side. So there you go. You can see they actually do have a lot of different colors in them. The only color I'd say that is really the most similar is this one right here on the end, and then this lighter color right here. But other than that, they're different textures and consistencies. If I had to pick one, I would still say go for Petal Pusher, just because it has a lot more variety in it, and I like it. The last one is this bright, fun one, which I'm really excited to try out. And if you can't afford Sugarpill, I feel this is like a very good alternative because you still get very bright shadows. But this one is the Art in the Streets, and it has, you know, all these bright colors: bright orange, bright green, bright yellow, purple, and blue. So let's go ahead and swatch these all real quick. Alright, so here's the swatches of that real quick. I'm gonna just tell you guys my thoughts on it. Like I said, I haven't worn this one yet, so I can't tell you how they work, how they blend. But based on the swatching, it looks like the ones that are the softest and most pigmented are the blue color right here, and then the orange one right here. The other ones, they do appear to be pretty pigmented, but I feel like they look a little bit powdery. And so I'm not sure how that will be, you know, when you blend them out. But I mean, the color is definitely there. It's just as far as the quality and, you know, how they're going to be when you work with them. So this is actually a pretty cool palette. I would say, you know, if you are worried about like the powdery, or, you know, if maybe it might possibly transfer and be splotchy later on, which, you know, sometimes powdery products do, then just definitely put a white base or like a cream color base underneath, and you should be good to go, and you should be fine. So yeah, I like it. I have a color like this already, NYX Irises, and then this is pretty much like Flame Point, that orange color right there. This purple right here, let me actually show you compared to the Sugarpill palette, and I'll show you guys just in case you are curious about that as well. Alright, so here's the Sugarpill Burning Heart palette, just to compare the two. You can see the purples are completely different purples. This is a lot darker. This also has, you know, a tiny bit of a little sparkle in it. It's just a completely different purple, and it's amazing. If you don't have Poison Plum, like, come on. The orange is pretty similar. This does not have a red in it, obviously. The yellow has a little bit more red to it, so it's kind of like a warmer yellow. But like I said, if you want to create bright looks and you're looking for a very inexpensive palette, this would probably be a good bet. So that's it for today. Again, this is the look that I created with this one, which is so far my favorite out of all of them. It works so well, and all the colors in this are amazing. There's not a dud in here, so I love that one. Again, these are all the colors that I have, just to show you real quick. These ones right here, and then there's also the neutral one out there as well. But I hope this was helpful to you guys. That way, if you see them at the stores, you can, you know, decide if you want to get it or if you don't. Leave any questions or comments down below. Have you guys tried any of these yet? Do you have any? Should I get the neutral one? Do you think it's definitely worth it, or am I good with these? But let me know, and please go share this so anybody else who's curious can see this, and I will talk to y'all later.